The Ashcrofts weren't just wealthy. They were architects of influence. Edward Ashcroft, the family patriarch, built his empire brick by brick, turning modest beginnings into an empire that stretched across industries, finance, real estate, and political lobbying. Every handshake, every calculated move tightened their grip on the elite. To the public, Edward was a visionary, but to those closest to him, every gesture carried weight, every alliance a hidden cost. The family estate, sprawling across 200 acres, was more than just a symbol of success. It was a fortress, meant to protect not only their wealth but their secrets. Every empire has its flaw, often hidden in plain sight. For the Ashcrofts, it wasn't greed or arrogance. It was trust. And trust, when misplaced, becomes the most dangerous weakness of all. It started with a letter, one never meant to be read by prying eyes. A confession, or perhaps a warning. One of the Ashcrofts had made a decision in secret, an alliance with consequences none of them could predict. The betrayal didn't come from an outsider. It never does. It came from within, someone bound by blood, yet driven by ambition, resentment, or fear. The question wasn't why they did it, but how long they'd been waiting for the perfect moment. When the truth surfaced, it wasn't explosive. It was silent, like the snap of a thread under too much pressure. But the aftermath? That would be impossible to contain. The Ashcrofts' empire didn't fall overnight. It crumbled piece by piece as allies turned their backs and enemies circled like vultures. The betrayal had done its work. What remained was a family name reduced to whispers and a legacy stained beyond repair. Some say the Ashcroft estate still stands as a reminder of their downfall. Others claim it's more than that, an echo of secrets never meant to be uncovered, and a warning of how even the strongest legacies can be undone from within. In the end, the Ashcrofts weren't defeated by rivals or scandals. They were undone by the one thing no fortune can protect against: the truth. And for those who walk too close to power's edge, the fall is never as distant as it seems. While Marcus embraced his role as heir apparent, Elena carved her own path. A brilliant strategist with sharp instinct for risk. She was often dismissed by her father, her ideas labeled as reckless or unnecessary. Behind closed doors, the Ashcroft estate wasn't a home. It was a battleground for recognition. Publicly, Marcus was a golden child, disciplined, charismatic, a perfect reflection of Henry's legacy. But insiders whispered about Elena's resentment, a slow-burning frustration that went unnoticed by the outside world. Every decision Marcus made tightened his grip on the empire, while Elena's contributions were buried beneath his shadow. In 2012, Elena made a move that shocked the family. She founded her own investment firm. It was seen by many as a declaration of independence, but those who knew her best understood it was something else entirely. A challenge, a silent message to her father and brother. I don't need your empire to build my own. Her success was undeniable. Within 5 years, her firm was managing billions in assets, outpacing even some of the Ashcroft family subsidiaries. Yet, despite her achievements, invitations to family gatherings became sparse. Phone calls went unanswered, and the rift grew wider. Then, in the winter of 2018, everything changed. During what had been a routine family fundraiser, Elena didn't show up. No public statement. No explanation. The media speculated on illness or a private dispute. But inside the family, there was only silence. 3 days later, Henry Ashcroft was found dead in his private study. The cause? An apparent heart attack. At least, that's what the official report claimed. But those closest to the family knew better. The timing was too perfect, the circumstances too clean. Whispers of betrayal echoed to the halls of power. In the days that followed, Elena resurfaced, calm and composed. At the funeral, she stood apart from her brother, her expression unreadable. And while Marcus delivered eulogy honoring their father's legacy, those who watched closely saw Elena's cold stare never waver. It wasn't grief that fueled the tension now. It was power. With Henry gone, the empire's future hung in the balance, and both siblings knew only one of them would be left standing when the dust settled. The deeper Elena dug, the clearer the pattern became. Each transaction, each transfer of funds, was a thread in a much larger web. one that Marcus had spun meticulously over years. Offshore accounts were only the surface. Beneath lay layers of false corporations and silent partners in high places. The legacy her father built wasn't just wealth. It was influence, trust, and respect. To reveal the truth would be to burn down everything he had spent a lifetime creating. But to stay silent meant becoming an accomplice in Marcus's betrayal. Marcus wasn't just a business partner. He was family in all but blood. His guidance had felt like protection. Now it felt like a cage. Every reassuring word had been a lie. Every lesson a tool to keep her blind to the truth. The question gnawed at her. If she confronted Marcus, would he silence her? Would the empire her father built crush her before the truth ever surfaced? But the choice was no longer hers alone. Marcus knew she was getting close. And in this family, secrets didn't stay buried without a price. In that moment, Elena realized the most dangerous secrets aren't the ones you uncover. They're the ones that uncover you. In the days that followed, the Ashcroft name became synonymous with betrayal and disgrace. The media frenzy fed on every detail, every whisper of corruption and scandal. For Marcus, exposure wasn't defeat, it was strategy. Every leak, every carefully planted story about Elena's supposed instability served as a smokescreen to buy him time, and sympathy from those too blind or too loyal to see the truth. Elena's isolation became absolute. Friends vanished. Business partners distanced themselves. To the public, she was no longer the whistleblower. She was a traitor who dismantled an empire from within. But behind closed doors, she gathered evidence. Every document and hidden recording a nail in Marcus's coffin. Marcus, ever the tactician, knew perception was everything. His influence kept the legal battles at bay, at least for now. But even as he stood tall, the empire he fought preserved was rotting from within. Shareholders demanded answers. Allies turned distant. And in the quiet moments, when the cameras stopped flashing, Marcus felt the weight of paranoia creeping in. For Henry Ashcroft, the betrayal ran deeper than lost fortunes. This wasn't just about money or reputation. It was a collapse of a legacy built on trust, now shattered by ambition and vengeance. As the family fractured, so too did Henry's health. The stress weighed on him, the empire he once nurtured now slipping through his fingers. And all the while, Elena and Marcus remained locked in a silent war, each knowing that only one would be left standing. The case finally reached the courts, dragging every dark secret into the light. Elena's testimony was damning, her evidence irrefutable. But Marcus wasn't finished. He had one final card to play, one that could destroy what little remained of the Ashcroft family's dignity. Whatever was in that folder, it wasn't just leverage. It was destruction, pure and complete. And as the world watched the final chapter unfold, the question remained, would truth bring justice or simply more ruin? In the end, the Ashcroft legacy wasn't destroyed by outside forces. It was undone from within. One secret, one betrayal, and a family empire reduced to whispers and regrets. If you find this story interesting, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more chilling story. What would you have done in Elena's position? Was her choice justified, or was the family's downfall inevitable? Let us know in the comments below.